6 o'clock, we begin with the indictment of the Bladen County political operative at the center, as Jamie said, of the 9th District election fraud case. McCrae Dowless is charged with obstructing justice, conspiracy to obstruct justice, and being in possession of an absentee ballot. He was arrested today in Bladen County and transported to the Wake County jail. That's where we find WBTV Chief Investigative Reporter Nick Oxner. So, Nick, is Dowless still being held tonight?
Yeah, Maureen, at this hour, he is still in the jail, and it's not actually clear when he is going to be released, even though he was granted a $30,000 secure bond. I'm getting indications that he could end up having to spend the night in jail here in Raleigh. So, of course, this is a scene from earlier as Dowless appeared before a Wake County magistrate. He was arrested by agents with the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation and taken to Wake County because this case is being prosecuted by the Wake County District Attorney after the Bladen County DA recused himself. Now, let's take a look at the charges again that Dowless faces, which includes felonious obstruction of justice, conspiracy to obstruct justice, and possession of ballots. These are charges that stem from the 2016 election and 2018 primary election. District Attorney Lauren Freeman, again, the Wake County DA handling this case, has made clear that her investigation continues into allegations of impropriety against Dowless and others in the 2018 general election. Speaking of which, there are other people that were indicted today as well. Take a look at that information on your screen. These are people who are alleged by the State Board of Elections and now by criminal prosecutors and investigators to have worked with Dowless again in 2016 election, and they now stand charged with crimes as well. So again, we're here in Raleigh and Wake County, just behind the Justice Center, and we're waiting to see what the future holds for McCrae Dowless, if and when he'll get out of jail. It could be until tomorrow. For now, reporting live in Raleigh, Nick Oxner, WBTV, on your side.
All right, Nick, thank you. In the meantime, investigative reporter David Hodges continues our team coverage, now live from Bladen County, where Dowless was arrested today. And David, these charges are all tied to an investigation that goes back to the 2016 election. Walk us through that.
Jamie, we don't have a lot of information from the Wake County District Attorney's Office after they issued their indictments, but the reason we know so much is that this investigation began back after the 2016 election when the North Carolina State Board of Elections started looking into these absentee ballot irregularities. We've looked through this investigation before when it was released December of last year, and we're focusing on two people in particular who are facing charges related to McCrae Dowless absentee ballot scheme. These pages of handwritten notes detail actions two people in Bladen County say they did at the behest of McCrae Dowless in 2016. Caitlin Krumer and Matthew Mathis told elections investigators they worked to gather absentee ballot request forms and later ballots in that year's election. Both of them are now facing charges. They told elections investigators Dowless would pay them in exchange for collecting absentee ballots. Documents released by the board show the couple was so desperate for money, they asked friends they knew to request ballots, even though they were living in Ohio. These text messages detail one man asking to request an absentee ballot for him, and then later, after the ballot came, asking who he wanted to vote for president. In its cover letter, board staff says they uncovered evidence of felony crimes. Now Dowless faces charges for multiple felonies. So what we're still looking to find out is what will come of the 2018 investigation and all the allegations we heard laid out in just last week's North Carolina State Board of Elections hearing. We'll continue to follow this story to bring you the latest as we get that information. Live in Bladen County, David Hodges, WBTV, on your side.
All right, David, thank you. District 9 Democratic candidate Dan McCready releasing this statement following Dowless's arrest. It reads in part, "Today's indictment is an important first step in sending a clear message to all those involved in the historic election fraud in our district. If you cheat, if you attack our democracy, if you silence voices, if you steal votes, you will face the full force of justice." There are more developments in this case and the District 9 investigation, and you can count on WBTV for full coverage on air, online, and on the WBTV